Life often feels like a solitary journey where you're left to navigate the challenges on your own. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're starting from scratch, struggling against odds that seem insurmountable and facing failure after failure. But let me tell you something important. The fact that you've been alone, struggled alone, and even failed alone is exactly what makes you unstoppable. We all start somewhere. For some, it's a single idea. For others, it's a vision or a dream. But without exception, everyone begins the journey alone. It's intimidating, but it's also empowering, because when you're alone, there are no distractions, no noise, just you and your willpower. You get to define what success looks like. You get to choose how hard you will fight for it. The struggle is inevitable, but it's in the struggle where growth happens. Struggling alone means you can't rely on anyone else to get you out of your tough spots. You must learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. You'll face setbacks, you'll encounter obstacles, but remember this: every struggle brings you closer to mastery, closer to your true potential. And then there's failure. Everyone fears it. But failure doesn't define you. In fact, it refines you. Failing alone means there's no one to blame but yourself. That's actually a powerful thing, because it's in taking full responsibility for your failures that you unlock the true power to learn and improve. Failure is simply a stepping stone on your way to success, and it's a crucial one. When you've been through it all, starting alone, struggling alone, failing alone, you develop a resilience and confidence that no one can take away from you. Nothing will stop you once you truly understand that these experiences don't break you, they make you stronger. So keep pushing, keep believing, and remember, you are not just someone who started alone or struggled alone. You are someone who is destined to conquer and succeed. When you start alone, you're free from the opinions of others. You don't have to fit into anyone else's mold. This is your journey, and it begins with your decisions. Struggling is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself to grow. Life is full of challenges, and embracing them is what makes you stronger. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Learn from every mistake and don't be afraid to try again. When you're by yourself, you don't have the luxury of relying on others for your motivation. You learn to dig deep, develop inner strength, and find solutions on your own. Starting alone often means sacrificing comfort and convenience. Be willing to give up short-term pleasures for long-term gain. Don't wait for anyone to give you permission to succeed. You're in charge of your life. Take responsibility for your actions, and the outcomes will follow. No matter how many times you fail, the key is to keep going. Persistence is the trait that separates those who succeed from those who quit. Every difficulty you face is a lesson in disguise. Treat adversity as your personal development program. It's in tough times that you become the person you need to be for success. The one thing that will always carry you through tough times is your belief in yourself. If you don't believe in your abilities, you'll never see your potential. Life doesn't stop when you achieve success. There will always be new challenges and goals. Embrace the journey as one of constant growth, learning, and achieving. And remember, you can never be stopped once you've built this mindset. Starting alone is one of the most powerful positions you can find yourself in. Most people are afraid of it because it feels like an uncertain, daunting place to be. But the truth is, when you start alone, you're free from the distractions of other people's opinions, limitations, and expectations. It's just you, your goals, and your vision. In this space, you have the power to define your own path, set your own standards, and create your own opportunities. When you're not relying on anyone else to get started, there's no one to slow you down, no one to tell you what can't be done. It's the purest form of freedom. You get to chart your own course, make mistakes, and learn at your own pace without interference. It's a place where creativity thrives because you're not limited by someone else's idea of how things should be done. You can try new things, take risks, and discover what truly works for you. The beauty of starting alone is that you're in complete control. You don't have to seek approval or permission. Every step you take is yours to own, and every decision you make comes from within. You might not have all the answers, but that's okay. The journey itself is where you will find the answers. And along the way, you'll discover a strength and resolve you didn't know you had. When you start alone, you learn to depend on yourself. You cultivate self-discipline, inner motivation, and resilience. This is where real growth happens. The sooner you embrace starting alone, the sooner you will see how much potential you have within you. It's the starting point of greatness. The quiet moments, when it's just you and your ambitions, lay the foundation for everything you will accomplish in the future. Don't fear the struggle, because the struggle is your greatest opportunity for growth. Everyone wants the rewards, the success, the recognition, but few understand that it's the struggle that gets you there. You see, success is not a straight line. It's full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. And that's exactly the way it's supposed to be. If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth having. The struggle is what strengthens you, shapes you, and molds you into someone capable of achieving greatness. When you encounter difficulty, instead of looking at it as something to avoid or fear, start seeing it as a sign that you're on the right track. Challenges mean you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. They're not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Each struggle you face is an opportunity to become more than you were before. It's like a muscle that only grows when you challenge it. The more you struggle, the stronger you get. The more you stretch, the more you expand your capacity to achieve bigger things. The key is to embrace the discomfort. When you encounter something difficult, don't run from it, lean into it, push through it. Understand that it's through overcoming obstacles that you become the person who is worthy of the success you desire. When the going gets tough, that's when your character is being built. The struggle reveals your resilience, your grit, and your willingness to stay the course no matter what. Most people stop when the struggle gets too intense. They believe that if things are hard, they must be doing something wrong. But let me tell you, if it's hard, you're doing it right. It's when you push through the hard times that you build the foundation for success. So don't be afraid of the struggle. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you toward the life you've always wanted. Because on the other side of every struggle is a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever thought possible. Failure is not something to fear or avoid. In fact, failure is one of the best teachers you will ever have. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go according to plan, but understand that each failure brings with it a lesson, a chance to learn and improve. Every time you fall short, you're actually being given an opportunity to refine your approach, to build your character, and to grow stronger. Without failure, success would have no value. It's the contrast, the experience of falling and rising again that gives success its meaning. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work. And by understanding what doesn't work, you get closer to discovering what does. The most successful people didn't reach their achievements without failing numerous times along the way. But they didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a stepping stone, a way to fine-tune their strategy and adjust their mindset. They understood that failure wasn't the end, it was simply part of the process. You see, failure isn't personal. It's not a reflection of your worth or your abilities. It's simply a feedback mechanism. It shows you where your approach needs tweaking, where you need to shift your focus, or where you need to develop new skills. Each failure gives you more information about yourself, about your goals, and about the path you're on. It's in those moments of failure that you build resilience, persistence, and the determination to keep going. The key is not to let failure discourage you, but to see it as a necessary part of success. It's only by failing and trying again, learning from your mistakes, and adjusting your strategy that you grow. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about knowing that each time you fail, you're one step closer to achieving your goals. So, embrace failure. Learn from it. Let it teach you. Because in the end, the most valuable lessons you'll learn in life come from the times you fell and picked yourself back up again. Resilience is something that doesn't just appear overnight. It's built in the quiet, solitary moments of your journey when no one is watching, when it feels like you're all alone facing the world. You see, it's in isolation, those times when you're by yourself, pushing through the hard work without external support, that true resilience is developed. It's when you have to rely on your own strength, your own discipline, and your own determination to keep moving forward. In those moments, there are no distractions, no easy outs. The pressure is on you, and only you can decide how to respond. It's during these times that you learn what you're really made of. Anyone can be strong when the spotlight is on them, when things are easy and everyone is cheering them on. But it's when you're isolated, when the road is tough, that you're forced to tap into something deeper. You find out how much you're willing to endure, how hard you're willing to fight for what you want. Resilience isn't built by waiting for the perfect conditions or by looking for approval from others. It's built by showing up day after day, even when things aren't going your way, even when no one else is around to encourage you. It's in the quiet hours when you put in the work, make the sacrifices, and push through the doubts and obstacles. You build resilience by training your mind and your spirit to keep going when it would be easier to quit. The most successful people didn't become resilient by avoiding difficulty. They became resilient because they embraced those tough, lonely moments. They learned to trust themselves, to rise again after every setback, and to keep moving forward even when it seemed like the whole world was against them. In isolation, they found their strength. And when you learn to thrive in those moments, you develop a resilience that nothing can take away from you. So embrace those times when you feel like you're alone. Don't shy away from the challenges that come with it. Understand that those moments of isolation are forging the strength you'll need to succeed in the future. Resilience is not a trait you inherit. It's one that you build in the moments when it's just you, your goals, and the determination to keep going. And in the end, that resilience will become the foundation on which you build all your success. Success doesn't come without sacrifice. If you truly want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to give up certain comforts, habits, and distractions. It's easy to think that success will come just by wishing for it or hoping things will fall into place. But the truth is, it requires intentional effort, discipline, and the willingness to pay the price for it. The price of success is often the time and energy you could have spent on other things, but those sacrifices are what make the rewards worth having. You'll have to say no to things that might seem enjoyable in the moment. You'll have to let go of temporary pleasures, habits, or relationships that hold you back from focusing on your goals. Success requires you to make choices that align with the life you want, even when those choices are hard. It means choosing work over play, learning over laziness, and focus over distraction. And let me tell you, it's not always easy. There will be times when you'll feel like you've given up enough. There will be moments when you'll wonder if it's worth it. But that's the point. Success isn't about doing what's easy. It's about doing what's necessary. You'll sacrifice your time, your energy, and sometimes your comfort zone. But the beauty of sacrifice is that it's not a loss. You're not giving up something for nothing. You're giving up something that no longer serves you in exchange for something greater. The work you put in today will pay off tomorrow. The extra hours you spend honing your craft, the sacrifices you make in your personal life to focus on your goals, they all add up over time. The things you give up are nothing compared to the rewards you'll receive once you reach your destination. Understand that success doesn't come in a comfortable, easy package. It comes wrapped in hard work, discipline, and the willingness to make sacrifices that others won't make. So when you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, what am I willing to give up in order to achieve the life I want? Are you ready to sacrifice the short-term comforts for long-term gains? Because if you are, you'll find that success becomes not only possible, but inevitable. Sacrifice is the investment you make in your future. It's the price you pay for growth, achievement, and fulfillment. And once you realize that, you'll embrace the sacrifices required, knowing that they're all part of the journey to a life of success. You control your destiny. No one else has the power to determine your future unless you give them that power. So often, we look around at our circumstances and blame our environment, our upbringing, or the people in our lives for where we are. But the truth is, where you are today is the result of the choices you've made and the choices you continue to make. Every single day, you are shaping your future with your decisions, your actions, and your mindset. The idea that your destiny is in your hands might seem daunting at first. It's easy to want to place the responsibility for our outcomes elsewhere. We'd rather blame external factors because it feels easier than owning the fact that we are the ones who decide what happens next. But the moment you realize that you have the power to create your own future, your life changes. Your destiny isn't something that happens to you, it's something that you create. You control your thoughts, your actions, and how you respond to every challenge you face. You decide what you focus on, what you invest your time and energy into, and what kind of person you want to become. You are the one who chooses whether to take the easy road or push yourself to go further, to learn more, and to grow. No one can take that away from you. The path you walk is entirely your own to choose. Yes, life will throw obstacles your way. Yes, there will be challenges and setbacks that might try to steer you off course. But in the end, you decide how you react. Do you let setbacks define you, or do you rise above them? The power is in your hands. The control is in your hands. The choices you make today shape the tomorrow you will live in. The more responsibility you take for your decisions, the more control you'll have over the direction your life is heading. You may not control everything that happens around you, but you control how you respond to those things. You control whether you take action or sit back and wait for life to unfold. You control whether you persevere or quit when things get tough. Your destiny is not determined by chance, luck, or the whims of others. It's determined by the actions you take today and the mindset you choose to adopt. So never forget that you hold the power. You are the architect of your future. Every dream you have, every goal you set, every success you want to achieve, it's all within your control. The key is to take full responsibility for where you are and where you want to go, because when you realize that you control your destiny, you'll begin making decisions that will move you forward toward the life you've always envisioned. Success is not something that happens overnight. It's not a lucky break, and it's certainly not about making one big move and then sitting back to wait for the rewards. Success is the result of persistence, the ability to keep going when things get tough, when you're faced with setbacks and when you feel like throwing in the towel. It's about sticking to your goals, even when the path is unclear and the results aren't immediate. Persistence is the key that unlocks success. It's the willingness to stay committed to your dreams, no matter how many times you fail, how many obstacles you face, or how long it takes. Most people give up too soon. They try something for a little while, and when they don't see instant results, they quit. But the successful ones, the ones who achieve greatness, are the ones who don't quit. They keep going, even when it's hard, even when it seems impossible. Think about the most successful people you know, or the ones you admire from afar. They didn't get to where they are by taking shortcuts or giving up after a couple of tries. They got there through persistence. Every failure they faced didn't stop them. It motivated them to try again, to work harder, and to figure out a better way. Every obstacle they encountered was just another opportunity to learn, adjust, and move forward. Success is not about avoiding failure. It's about persisting despite it. When you persist, you build momentum. Each small step you take, each effort you make, moves you closer to your goals. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening, but if you stay persistent, you'll eventually see the results. Those results come not from a single burst of effort, but from the accumulation of small, consistent actions over time. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what transforms a wish into reality. It's the difference between those who just hope for success and those who earn it. The road to success is rarely smooth. But if you keep pressing forward, if you remain determined, no challenge will be able to stop you. So when you feel like giving up, remember that success is not an event. It's the result of your persistent actions over time. Stay the course, keep working, and success will be waiting for you on the other side. Adversity is not something to avoid or fear. It's your training ground. Life isn't always going to go the way you plan. You'll face challenges, setbacks, and difficulties that test your limits. But it's in these moments, the times of struggle, that your true strength and character are developed. It's when things get tough that you get the chance to grow the most. Adversity is not something that breaks you. It's something that builds you up, sharpens you, and prepares you for bigger challenges ahead. You see, comfort doesn't create growth. It's only in adversity that you find the opportunity to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. When life is easy, you can coast along without much effort. But when things are hard, you're forced to dig deep, to tap into resources and strengths you didn't even know you had. Every obstacle you face, every difficulty you overcome, adds a layer of resilience, a piece of wisdom that will help you as you move forward. Think about the great athletes, the successful entrepreneurs, the people who have made a significant impact. They didn't reach their heights because things were easy. They reached their success because they faced adversity and refused to let it defeat them. They saw each struggle as a lesson, each hardship as a stepping stone, each failure as a necessary part of the journey. They understood that adversity is the training ground where champions are made. When you face adversity, you don't just have the chance to learn about the world around you, you also learn about yourself. You discover how strong you really are, how determined you can be, and how far you're willing to go to achieve your goals. Adversity forces you to change, to adapt, to improve, and to keep moving forward even when you don't feel like it. It teaches you patience, perseverance, and the power of persistence. The most successful people are not those who have never faced difficulty, but those who have faced it and learned how to use it to their advantage. They didn't let hardship define them. They used it as a tool for personal growth and as a catalyst for greater success. Every challenge you face is just another opportunity to become better, stronger, and more capable. So, the next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" Embrace adversity as the gift it truly is. See it for what it is, your training ground. It's preparing you for the success you want, helping you become the person you need to be to achieve it. Adversity isn't the enemy, it's the best teacher you'll ever have. And with each lesson, you're getting closer to the success you've been working for. Self-belief is the foundation upon which all success is built. Without it, all the strategies, knowledge, and resources in the world won't matter. You can have the best plan, the sharpest skills, and the most favorable circumstances, but if you don't believe in yourself, you won't take the necessary actions to turn those opportunities into reality. Self-belief is what drives you to keep going, even when others doubt you or when things get tough. It's the inner confidence that you can figure things out no matter what life throws your way. When you truly believe in yourself, you start to act in ways that align with your goals. You begin to make decisions from a place of certainty, not fear. It's the belief in your abilities that pushes you to step outside your comfort zone, take risks, and challenge yourself to grow. But without self-belief, you might hesitate at the first sign of difficulty, question your potential, or quit before you ever give yourself a real chance. But with it, you rise to meet challenges with the understanding that you have the strength, the capability, and the resourcefulness to handle whatever comes your way. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you won't have doubts or face moments of uncertainty. It's normal to have those moments. But when you have self-belief, you don't let those doubts define you. Instead, you use them as fuel to keep moving forward. Self-belief is the internal compass that keeps you aligned with your vision, reminding you that setbacks are temporary, failures are lessons, and success is just a matter of persistence. Building self-belief doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a habit that you must cultivate daily. It starts with the little things. Showing up for yourself, honoring your commitments, pushing through the days when motivation is low, and proving to yourself that you can handle what's in front of you. Every small victory you achieve reinforces your belief in your abilities. Each step you take toward your goals, no matter how small, strengthens that foundation. The more you prove to yourself that you are capable, the more your belief in yourself grows. Self-belief also gives you the courage to take responsibility for your life. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for external validation or permission to move forward. You realize that you are the one who holds the key to your success. It's your actions, your mindset, and your belief that will shape your future. When you take ownership of your life, you empower yourself to create the kind of success you desire. Remember, the world is full of people who doubt their own potential, who wonder if they're good enough or capable enough to succeed. But the truth is, success doesn't come from waiting for others to believe in you. It comes from you believing in yourself first. Once you do that, the world will start to respond differently to you. Your confidence will shine through, and opportunities will begin to open up in ways you never imagined. Self-belief is the cornerstone of everything you'll ever achieve, and once you build it, everything else falls into place. The journey never ends. You might think that once you reach a certain milestone, once you achieve a specific goal, that's the end, you've made it. But the truth is, success is not a destination. It's a continuous journey, a process that keeps unfolding as long as you keep moving forward. When you reach one goal, another becomes visible on the horizon, and the pursuit of that goal becomes your new focus. Life is about progression, not perfection. The minute you stop growing, you stop living. The key to understanding that the journey never ends is realizing that success is not a single event. It's a series of moments, decisions, and actions that keep propelling you forward. The goals you achieve today are merely stepping stones to the next chapter of your life. Every accomplishment brings with it new opportunities, new challenges, and new lessons to learn. It's not about reaching the end because there is no end. It's about evolving, improving, and continually becoming the best version of yourself. Each day, each experience, and each lesson learned adds another layer to your journey. You might think that when you reach your desired success, you can relax and coast. But the most successful people understand that resting on their laurels is a recipe for stagnation. They know that true fulfillment comes from the continuous pursuit of growth, from pushing the limits of what's possible, and constantly seeking ways to improve. Life will constantly evolve, and so should you. The challenges that seem insurmountable today will look different tomorrow. You will encounter new obstacles, and you will achieve new heights. But as long as you keep moving, the journey remains alive. It's in those moments of struggle and success alike that you realize your capacity for growth is limitless. Every setback teaches you something valuable. Every success shows you how far you can go when you stay persistent. There is no finish line, no one ultimate goal to reach where you can say, "I'm done." The real question is, what are you going to do with each step you take? Will you continue to grow? Will you embrace the unknowns of tomorrow with the same enthusiasm and commitment as you did when you first began? Or will you settle for the comfort of what you already know? The journey never ends because growth never ends. Each day brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new ways to expand your vision. The only true limit is the one you place on yourself. So keep going. Keep moving forward. The journey may evolve, but it will never stop. And that's the beauty of it. You are forever on the path to becoming more, doing more, and achieving more than you ever thought possible. So embrace the journey because it's the greatest part of the adventure. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. If you're always in your comfort zone, you're not stretching yourself, you're not reaching for something bigger, and you're not tapping into your full potential. It's easy to stay in what's familiar, to do what you've always done, to avoid challenges, and to take the path of least resistance. But here's the truth, nothing extraordinary happens there. True growth occurs when you step into the unknown, when you challenge yourself to do something difficult, something outside of your usual routine. It's in those moments when you feel uncertain and maybe even a little scared that the seeds of real transformation are planted. The comfort zone is a place where nothing changes, where you can predict the outcome of every action, and where there's no risk involved. But the moment you decide to step outside of that zone, you open up the possibility for all kinds of growth, both personally and professionally. When you're forced to face new situations, to figure things out on the fly, or to take risks that push your boundaries, that's when you begin to see just how much you're capable of achieving. Think about the times in your life when you've grown the most. It wasn't when everything was going smoothly. It was likely when you were faced with a challenge, a situation that pushed you to do more, to think bigger, and to act differently. Those are the moments that define you. They teach you resilience, creativity, problem solving, and perseverance. They show you what you're truly made of. And when you look back on those experiences, you'll realize that those were the moments that shaped your success. Growth outside of your comfort zone isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's messy. It's hard. But that's the point. It's in that discomfort that you build the strength, the mindset, and the capabilities that will carry you forward. Each time you push yourself beyond your limits, you expand your abilities and increase your confidence. You start to realize that the things you once thought were impossible are actually within your reach. But if you stay within that comfortable space, you'll never know what you could accomplish. So ask yourself, what's the next step outside of your comfort zone? What's the challenge you need to face, the skill you need to learn, the fear you need to conquer? Take that first step. It may feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming at first, but trust that it's the beginning of something powerful. Growth happens when you embrace discomfort, when you dare to go beyond the limits you've set for yourself. And as you keep stepping outside of your comfort zone, you'll continue to grow, to learn, and to unlock new levels of success and fulfillment. Success is not a fixed point you reach and then stop. It's a moving target. What you consider success today might change tomorrow, and that's a good thing because it means you're evolving, growing, and stretching your capabilities. Success is dynamic, not static. As you achieve one goal, you naturally set your sights on the next. The goalposts keep shifting because you keep improving, and with improvement comes new aspirations, new challenges, and new opportunities. When you first start your journey, you might have a very specific idea of what success looks like. Maybe it's a financial goal, a position you want to attain, or a lifestyle you dream about. But as you grow and learn, your vision of success will grow with you. The things that once seemed like the ultimate achievement might no longer hold the same significance. You'll realize that true success isn't about a single endpoint. It's about the constant pursuit of greater challenges, bigger goals, and more meaningful experiences. This shifting definition of success is what keeps life exciting and fulfilling. If success were a single, unchanging point, there would be nothing left to strive for once you reached it. But because success is a moving target, it gives you something to aim for continuously. Each milestone you hit opens the door to a new opportunity, a new challenge, and a new level of growth. The key is to embrace that the journey is never truly over. You're always becoming more, doing more, and achieving more than you ever thought possible. There's no final destination. The finish line you once thought existed is constantly redefined by your experiences and the goals you set. It's this continuous pursuit that fuels long-term satisfaction and success. If you're not reaching for something new, if you're not setting new targets, then you're simply standing still, and that's where complacency and stagnation set in. To be successful, you must constantly raise your standards, push your boundaries, and redefine what success looks like for you. Remember, success isn't something you just attain and then walk away from. It's an ongoing process. The moving target isn't a challenge to be discouraged by. It's a reminder that the pursuit of success, the journey of growth, and the quest for excellence never stop. Every time you achieve, you redefine what's possible, and that keeps you on the path to even greater success. Embrace the moving target. It's what keeps you moving forward.